All right, good Tuesday. I'm 5 News Chief Meteorologist Skot Covert. So good to see you right here on 5 Plus and 5newsonline.com. Let's get a check of your Thanksgiving week forecast. Boy, it's easy to get whiplash around these parts. Yesterday, I showed you the same map. And what it showed us was temperatures had fallen about 20 to 30 degrees compared to the previous day. But today, we're flipping the script once more. Winds are shifting back out of the south, and you can see those southerly winds, coupled with a good amount of sunshine across the region, bringing those temperatures up anywhere between 10 upwards of 15 degrees warmer than where they were just 24 hours ago. If you don't like the weather, what do they say? Just stick around, it'll change. And that's certainly going to continue to be the case with a very active weather pattern shaping up likely for the next several days. Here's what's happening out there. That's the cold front that brought the big drop in temperature, still producing some rain and some snow along the eastern seaboard, the northeast states. Meanwhile, high pressure building in on the backside of that system, and that high pressure is slowly going to continue drifting off towards the east. And as it does, those winds are going to continue to pump in right out of the south. And it's those southerly winds that are not only making for a mild day today, it'll keep temperatures overnight from dropping too low. Yeah, it'll be cool down into the 40s, but that sure beats the 20s a lot of us woke up to this morning, right? But I told you it was an active weather pattern, right? So we look off towards the west. There's an area of upper level low pressure moving in along the Oregon-California state line, and that's going to quickly be tracking our direction. And by this time tomorrow evening, we're talking Wednesday, boy, it's going to bring a world of change right back into the area. This weather pattern is likely to continue being very active, a very highly amplified jet stream pattern shaping up into the first week of December. So expect some more ups and downs over at least the next week to 10 days. I certainly think that's going to be common for us. When you wake up tomorrow morning, low 40s northwest Arkansas, probably low 40s in the River Valley. Winds are going to start to get a little bit breezier out of the south, right? So yeah, there could be a little bit of a wind chill, but all in all, not a bad start to the day. Certainly by the afternoon, it's going to feel really pleasant out there. Upper 50s expected in northwest Arkansas. I think we're breaking into the 60s, and you know what? I think there's a decent chance places like Poto, Spiro, Sallisaw maybe could be reaching into those mid to even upper 60s out there tomorrow afternoon. Now we're talking afternoon high temperatures, right? We only hit these numbers for, gosh, about an hour or so. Then the sun sets, and then we start to cool right back down. And then we'll do it all over again the next couple of days. When you wake up tomorrow morning, not only is it going to be somewhat mild, but there's going to be the warm front lifting up from the south. That warm front's going to usher in some warmer temperatures. That's part of the reason why tomorrow is going to be a little bit warmer than it was today. Look at these numbers. Feels like temperatures in the 60s as early as 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look in northwest Arkansas. That warm front's going to try to make it into the area, but pretty quickly we're going to have an area of low pressure come through, and it's going to shift our winds out of the north. That's going to swing us a nice stout cold front, and we're talking a strong cold front. Look at this. By Thursday morning, we're talking Thanksgiving morning. Maybe we're heading to grandma's house. We're up early getting some cooking started. It's going to feel like we're into the 20s, northwest Arkansas, 20s and low 30s across the River Valley. Those winds will be right out of the northwest, and that's going to keep things nice and chilly most of the day. Lunchtime, afternoon, maybe we're going out and play catch in the front yard Thursday afternoon. 30s, low 40s. That's what it's going to feel like out there. It's going to be a cold Thanksgiving, not one of those that you can have lunch outside as we often have around these parts. Now, in terms of that front moving through, it could bring a spotty shower, but overall rain chances are somewhat low. Tomorrow morning, as that warm front's lifting from the south to the north, we'll notice a gradual uptick in cloud cover, probably a mostly cloudy day. And this is 6 o'clock Wednesday evening. So what you saw there, it was kind of a flash, but you might have seen a little bit of green here and there, maybe some patchy drizzle, a stray sprinkle. Not looking at much rain at all. I think a lot of us likely stay dry the majority of your Wednesday, even into Thursday, but there could be 1 or 2 sprinkles on the backside. Heck, there even could be a stray snow flurry going into Thanksgiving morning. No impact, certainly no travel issues here locally, although the same weather system very well could bring some travel impacts if you got flights connecting through, let's say, the upper Midwest, or even along the eastern half of the United States. It really gets its act together once it pushes out of our neck of the woods. Your Thanksgiving forecast looks like this. You're going to want to dress warm. 30s in the morning, 40s by lunchtime, back in the 30s by 6 o'clock. And again, these are actual air temperatures, not factoring in the wind. And it's going to be breezy enough behind that front right out of the northwest. So really, it's going to feel like we're in the 20s, 30s, and then back in the 20s once that sun starts to set. Shaping up to be a seasonably cool Thanksgiving for this time of the year. Of course, what comes after Thanksgiving? Well, it's the big Arkansas-Missouri game. And unfortunately, for some folks that are traveling up to Columbia, Could be a little snow in the forecast. This is going to be, let's say Friday around lunchtime. Got a stiff north wind behind that front. But look what happens when we go a little bit further into time. I'm going to pause this here going into Saturday morning. You notice a bit of a clipper system starting to develop in parts of central and southern Kansas. It's close to us, but most of the model data at this point keeps us all dry. Here in Fayetteville, Fort Smith, northwest Arkansas, and the River Valley. It'll keep a lot of that snow just off to our north, but here's Columbia. Here's where the Razorbacks are going to be playing. This is lunchtime. Looks like we could have some snow in the forecast. And by kickoff, 2:30 on Saturday afternoon, we very well still could have a few flurries flying. There is some question of whether or not this forecast verifies. We're still 5-6 days out, right? Things can and probably will change a little bit, but there is a growing level of consensus among the weather data that suggests, hey, probably going to see a little bit of wintry precipitation in and around the Columbia area on Saturday. Whether or not that impacts the game's one question. What is for sure, it's going to be really cold up in Columbia for that kickoff. So if you're heading up to the game, definitely want to dress warm. It's going to be cold here too, 59, your high temperature on Wednesday. Yeah, that's going to be mild, but boy, don't get used to it. Big changes are knocking at our back door. Changes that include a really strong cold front going into the area Wednesday night into Thursday. Waking up Thanksgiving morning in the low 30s, right around freezing. 45 in the afternoon. Lots of sunshine on Black Friday, but if you're one of those crazy folks that try to get a good deal, my oh my, 22 degrees Friday morning, back in the mid 40s on Friday afternoon. We'll watch for a third cold front. That's right, 3 in 1 week. On Saturday, that's going to drop us back in the 20s and 40s. By Sunday, we'll gradually warm back up next week, getting a little bit more active that first week of December with a few spotty chances of rain here and there. Nothing stands out to be significant at this point, but it is that time of the year. You got to watch all of these things. 64 in the River Valley, partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Probably more cloud cover than anything else, dropping us back into the 40s on Thanksgiving morning. A high 50 Thanksgiving afternoon. Friday, rounding out the work week on Black Friday, is going to be a cold one as well. And the unsettled weather pattern shapes up for next week there. As you can see in their 10-day forecast, some low chances of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll keep tracking it. If anything changes, we'll keep you posted. Thanks for tuning in right here on 5+.